Here's why you play Kimmy, the hoverjet outrider in the gold lane. First, she has constant poke potential thanks to her unique ability to move and attack simultaneously with her spray gun. This allows her to harass enemies in lane while keeping a safe distance. She also has exceptional kite and chase tools due to her jetpack powered dash and slows, making her difficult to pin down while being able to chase enemies with ease. Lastly, Kimmy shines in AoE heavy team fights thanks to her revamped ultimate and second skill, which lets her control and damage grouped up enemies effectively. However, Kimmy's basic attacks cannot lock onto targets, which can make aiming difficult for newer players. She is also very squishy, making her vulnerable to assassins and crowd control. Additionally, her damage output heavily relies on good aim, meaning poor positioning or mechanics will reduce her overall impact. Kimmy's passive, aerial dominance, allows her to move and shoot in different directions using her spray gun, but her basic attacks do not lock onto enemies. Her shots deal magic damage based on her physical attack and magic power, and restore Starlim upon hitting enemies. When her Starlim is full, her basic attacks become enhanced, dealing more damage and piercing through enemies. She doesn't benefit from attack speed, instead each 1% attack speed is converted into magic power. Kimmy's first skill, Anti-Graft Thruster, uses her jetpack to fly forward, removing all slow effects and becoming immune to them during flight. She can fly through walls and gain a brief speed burst. While in flight, she fires 4 chemical bolts at nearby enemies, each slowing them and dealing magic damage. This skill can be used both offensively to chase and defensively to escape. Kimmy's second skill, Starlim Beam, shoots a Starlim Beam in a target direction, dealing magic damage and immobilizing enemies hit for a short duration. Each enemy hero hit also restores a large amount of Starlim. This skill is key in catching enemies and setting up her combos. Kimmy's ultimate, Traction Pulse, charges and fires a pulse that explodes upon contact or reaching max range. It slows enemies in a wide area, then pulls all enemy heroes into its center after a delay, dealing magic damage based on their current HP. Hitting enemy heroes restores a large amount of Starlim. This ultimate excels in clustered fights and setting up her full combo. A typical skill combo for Kimmy is to start with her ultimate to group enemies, then immediately use her second skill to immobilize them. When they are disabled, follow up with enhanced basic attacks from passives to continuous damage. If enemies close the gap, use the first skill to reposition or escape. Moving on to builds, I usually build Tough Boots, Feather of Heaven, Concentrated Energy, Holy Crystal, Blood Wings, and finally Divine Glaive. These are the emblems that go along with this build. As for battle spells, Flicker is the most reliable option, allowing Kimmy to reposition quickly during risky situations or chase down escaping enemies. Kimmy is very strong against skill shot reliant heroes like Granger Sicilian, since she can move while attacking and dodge their abilities. However, she struggles against bursty and mobile heroes like Saber and Lancelot, who can quickly close the gap and eliminate her before she can react. Kimmy pairs well with heroes who have aerial crowd control like Ruby or Badang, since her kit thrives when enemies are grouped. Just start with the second skill at level 1, prioritize maxing second skill first for its damage and crowd control, then first skill for mobility and poke. Most importantly, upgrade the ultimate whenever available. When playing Kimmy, it's important to master her movement and aiming at the same time. Her basic attacks don't auto-lock, so consistent damage requires good control of the joystick. Try to poke enemies under tower or from tricky angles to pressure them without getting caught. In fights, always look for grouped enemies to cast your ultimate. It can turn the tide of battle if used correctly. Don't be afraid to use her first skill aggressively to finish low health targets, but always make sure you have an escape route. Remember, even though she can deal sustained damage from afar, her squishy nature means one wrong step can get her killed, so positioning and map awareness are key to mastering Kimmy.